Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. I go by Luninate, and this video is a distance Reiki session to help with nightmares. Now, we're all going to have bad dreams from time to time, but there are a specific set of dreams that seem to be recurring and incredibly intense. So if you suffer from those at all, or if you would like to just protect yourself from them, this would be a good session for you. One thing I like to do before bed, not every night, but when I have the time and the energy, is cleanse myself with a selenite wand to kind of like remove the day and prepare for this dream time, or this, time where you're more open in a way to picking up messages, or just having these like really out there kind of dreams, or kind of looking within and getting in touch with yourself, whatever is kind of playing out in your dreams at this time. So I'm going to bring out my wand for you as well. It's raining again outside, so if you hear anything, and Papa's here sleeping. Comb around you. Most of the time when we're open to these nightmares, it's due to the crown being maybe over energized or too open. So we want that area to be very balanced, and we want to make sure that we're grounded. Just brushing off whatever might be lingering on you from the day, just dragging it through your etheric body. Selenite has a lot of salt in it. Another thing you could do if you don't have the selenite wand is take a salt bath, or even baking soda in your shower, and just kind of like scrub some baking soda on you. I would also suggest some type of smudge. This is Palo Santo. As another means or option, or an additional level to cleansing your energy, your subtle bodies. When I was little, I used to have a lot of nightmares about giant waves, like being at the ocean and this like giant wave was coming, and that was a kind of ongoing thing for me. As I got older, my nightmares were mostly about a boyfriend that I had who turned out to be very scary. But I learned a lot of lessons there, and I was no saint either, so I'm not blaming him. But it left an impact on me, so I'd have a lot of nightmares about him. Recently, though, my nightmares have been, for the past few years, this really horrifying feeling. So it'll be in my dream, and I'm obviously dreaming. Most of the time it's lucid and I know I'm dreaming, but also I'll just know that it's like this force is coming that's seizing. And I don't have a lot of experience with seizures myself, but it's what I imagine like a seizure to feel like. In my dream anyway, like I get like really tense and I just drop to the floor, and it's like someone screaming really, really loudly, but it's not a scream, and it's just this power. And eventually like I wake up and I feel like very tense from it. And what I have found is that it's much more related to being too open and not being protected, because I played with these dreams. Like I said, they're kind of lucid and I've been having them for a while. So at this point, I'm kind of like a little experienced in it. And there have been times where I try to fight it. Like I try to cast it off. And it feels feminine. I would say it feels like a feminine energy. So I've come to find out, or I've come to at least consider, or in my line of thought, is that I'm too open and this is something that is infiltrating me. It's not myself fighting myself, it's something different. I hope you know what I mean. I probably sound a little out there. But the steps that I've taken to prevent this have been wonderful. I haven't had this kind of dream yet. I'll still have sad dreams from time to time, like I'll dream about my mom or something, but I don't have these kind of dreams, and these are the ones that I'm trying to work with you now to prevent or work through. So just a little backstory. They smell so good. So I have this abalone shell. I actually recently saw one of these online that was polished on the outside as well, and it was so beautiful. They're all beautiful, but so I had to burn a little more. So we're just gonna smudge again your etheric body, your subtle bodies. If you like, you can envision this filling your space and cleansing every nook and cranny of your room or wherever you're sleeping. So obviously stones are what I use for this purpose. Like the cleansing is certainly helpful, but if you feel yourself very infiltrated by these nightmares, or you're having them and you feel like it's not something within you that needs to be addressed, this is more of an external source of some kind. I've set up this little shelf here because it was more convenient for me, but I've kept these stones under my bed when I don't have a shelf. So on this little station I have set up stones that are good, that I picked out for meditation, dreams, protection, things along that nature. But I wanted to show you two specifically that are incredibly helpful for these nightmares. This is a Smoky Amethyst that I got at a gem fair. It was so cheap. I couldn't believe it. But this one has been probably, I think, the most effective one for me. This is why I want to bring it into my space now, so that when we do this Reiki session, I can extend some of the energy to you. But it's really beautiful and has the amethyst dream kind of vibe going on, as well as the smoky, which is very protective. So it's really I find for me to be the best one to protect from these nightmares. when you get a stone, if you're open to it and you decide to pick one up, or if you already have one that you'd like to dedicate to this purpose, I would cleanse it through smudge, or leave it out in the moonlight or a little sunlight, depending on what kind of stone it is. Run it under some fresh water, something like that. Oh, I just heard thunder. But let it know its purpose. Like, cleanse it in whatever way you see fit. Hold the stone in your hand and let it know what's going on, and be like, I need you to help me with this nightmare, because it's not something I need to deal with. This is something beyond, and I'd like to be protected from it. So that's one. The other one that I have picked out is a piece of lepidolite. This one happens to have pink kunzite, something like that, in it as well. This one's known to help with dreams, specifically in nightmares, so I thought it would be a good addition to my little shelf. I do believe that some nightmares we have are for a purpose. They're either telling us something, warning us sometimes, or just bringing it to our vision in a way that there's something that we need to get over or deal with, or something like that. So those are my two stones. I'll lay them next to the selenite. Some other ones that I have back there are rose quartz, chrysoprase, a little amethyst crystal cactus, a chalcedony, a gray chalcedony, petrified wood, my obsidian Merkaba, angel hair quartz, ocean jasper, kambaba jasper. And I think that might be it. Alright, so finally, the last thing I would recommend before you go to bed, if this is an issue for you, or you'd like to just protect yourself from this type of dream, this kind of connection that is unwanted and without purpose and just very trauma feeling, I guess is the way to say it, would be to get grounded. One way you can do that is some stretching, some yoga, like very gentle yoga, just visualizations to make sure you're very grounded, and that's what we're going to use for this session. So I'd like you to please close your eyes for this portion of the session and picture yourself in a place that's familiar to you. It could be definitely in nature, whether that's your backyard or a path you like to walk on, an area you used to play at as a child, but somewhere that's comfortable and familiar. And you look around and notice that there's this cave or hole that leads into the earth. It's not scary. It's welcoming and interesting and exciting, and has a nice smell to it. It's very earthy, and as you walk through this cave, you notice you're going down a little bit, not terribly far, but down, taking steps downward. And as you get to the bottom, you find yourself in a very safe and beautiful little space for yourself. It's comfortable, whether you see a hot spring or a really comfortable patch of grass or anything that seems comfortable to you. Maybe there's a bear resting and you can snuggle up with him or her. But whatever feels right to you. And you just sit or lie down, get into the hot spring, whatever feels right, and just allow yourself to really release and communicate with the earth. Release your energy and pull in energy at the same time. So there's this energetic connection between you and the earth. You feel grounded and safe. And you feel like you can leave all of your troubles there. Any stress, any discomfort, just leave it. Let it be absorbed by the earth. You feel relaxed and comfortable and full of clean, fresh energy. You can spend as much time as you like to in this space. If you'd like to continue your Reiki session here, if you'd like to drift off, it's perfectly okay. You're safe. This is your little spot for the night. But when you're ready to come out, just know that when you do, you'll be just refreshed, connected, balanced, and very protected. So our intention for this Reiki session is to, of course, add in grounding and balance of all the chakras so that the energy is flowing smoothly and efficiently through you. You're strengthening your aura, your etheric field to protect it from any disturbance in your sleep. We ask that if a nightmare needs to present itself, or I should say rather, not a nightmare, but a dream that isn't ideal, that's for a purpose, that it shows us something that we can apply or learn from, or anything that is of value to us. We ask to be protected from any outside energy that is dark in a negative way, in a I won't say evil, but in a way that is not supportive of us. Say it like that. So we're going to draw our Reiki symbols, sending them into your aura and etheric bodies, all the way into your physical body and energy centers, allowing it to flow through your meridians, strengthening, balancing, connecting us through time and space. Heal on emotional levels to deal with any non-comfortable dream and see the value in it and not have it be a recurring dream, just something we're learning. Give us the emotional strength to know what is truly ours and what is outside of ours. Outside of ourselves. Just balancing the crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, sacral, root, all the way down to your earth star chakra to heal on spiritual levels, releasing karma or any agreement that you have to these nightmares that are not serving you. Nightmare isn't even like the right word for what I'm talking about, I guess. It's like these experiences. I want to super energize this session, to remove these from you, to fill your space with protection, pulling out what is negative, anything stuck to you, any hole that is letting this in. Just pulling the hole right out, having it seal up. And just sending the sealing energy to you, filling your room with protection, filling your bed, your pajamas, your hair, filling your body with balance and protection from this energy, from any energy that does not have your best intentions. You're gonna fluff up your aura, super cozy. Smoothing it out, tucking you in, making sure you're very comfortable and light. Casting your aura in this silver, super reflective, almost mirrored shine, which sends away all bad energy. Helps you to connect with yourself and maintain your own energy and not be drained. Just bounces right off of you. I hope that you've enjoyed this session and it has benefited or served you in some way. It's just very important to be grounded and have an intention of being protected as you're going to sleep. If you like to work with your ancestors or angels or guides or spiritual protectors or anything like that, invite them to protect you and watch over you as you sleep. That will also be another way to help keep this bad, for lack of a better term, energy away from you when you're vulnerable and sleeping. Thank you so very much for your continued love and support. I just can't say it enough. I'm so very grateful. From the bottom of my heart, as always. Namaste.